Computer. Okay.
Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good enough, good enough. So I'm going to start. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to say thank you for joining. Whew, I don't have anyone in here in room 401. Hopefully we'll have a few people start, but we wanted to do a little bit different, a little bit of a different activity as far as Black history. So every Thursday this month, we're going to have a different presentation regarding Black historical figures. So this week we're working with Black Black historical figures in the world of music. So we're going to start. Okay, I need to, if I minimize, okay, all right. Okay, so first of all, here we are, Black historical figures in the world of music. Okay, Black historical figures in the world of music, exploring the rich tapestry of Black historical figures in the realm of music unveils a profound legacy of innovation, resilience, and cultural impact. From pioneers who shaped genres to trailblazers who challenged norms, their contribution resonates globally, leaving an indelible mark on the diverse landscape of music history. So today's objectives, we're going to be taking a look at pioneering figures and their contributions, showcasing their musical achievements, innovations, and impact on various music genres. Secondly, we're going to take a look at the evolution of music genres influenced by Black figures, discussing key figures and pivotal moments shaping these genres. And third, we're going to take a look at social and cultural impact of Black musicians, addressing themes like activism, social change, representation, and empowerment within the context of music and Black history. So first, we're going to take a look at pioneering figures, and their contributions. I know everyone knows Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry is widely recognized as a trailblazer in the realm of rock and roll. His dynamic guitar riffs, magnetic stage persona, and ingenious songwriting left an indelible mark on the genre. His chart toppers like Johnny B. Good and Roll Over Beethoven exemplified his unique fusion of blues, rhythm, and blues and country music, establishing a sound that became synonymous with the essence of rock and roll. Berry's distinctive guitar style and lively stage performances served as a significant influence on numerous subsequent rock musicians, including iconic bands like the Beatles and Rolling Stone. So what I'm going to do is I have cued different musics from the people that we're covering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole PowerPoint first, and then I'll jump out of the PowerPoint and then go ahead on and let you hear a little bit of the music, some which may be very familiar, others which may be unfamiliar. Give me a second. Let me
I'm gonna add that too. I know this is it's history, and many of us were not here. Well, some of us were not here during that time. But if you want to get a I guess, a glimpse or representation as far as a cinematic representation of Chuck Berry. And I may say this again, I'm not sure, I didn't go through the look, but the movie Cadillac Records,
Yes,
it was
absolutely.
real good movie. I like to watch that movie. And he is shown in that movie. Yasin Bey uh played him. And I think he did a pretty good job. I don't know. I don't have a reference point, but it was a good, visual of kind of how the musicians, the black musicians had to live in those times, as well as some of the challenges they faced, as well as some of the how big of an impact uh, it was. I know one scene with Chuck Berry in particular in that movie. They had it was, of course, segregated uh, population, and the music got so good that everybody kind of, you know, kicked the barriers away and started to, commingle. And I just thought that was you know very a good display of kind of what music can do, um, and especially in those polarizing times. So yeah, just wanted to add some context to uh, Mr. Berry, and then um, I know Mr. Zolikoff is going to share some of his music later.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that excellent
Commentary,
addition of
yeah, yeah, okay,
yeah,
thank
that
you.
excellent addition because a lot of times we're not aware of some of the contributions
Hmm.
that our people have made to the music world.
Hmm.
So next we're looking at Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong, often referred to as Satchmo or Pops, was a legendary American jazz trumpeter, composer, and vocalist. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in the history of jazz. Armstrong played a crucial role in the development of jazz improvisation and the popularization of the solo in jazz music. His innovative trumpet playing and distinctive, gravelly voice set the standard for jazz musicians of his era. Armstrong's contributions to the genre extended beyond his instrumental and vocal prowess. He also had a significant impact on the development of scat singing. Next, we'll take a look at a few others originating in the African American communities of the Southern United States. The blues is deeply rooted in African musical traditions. Early blues artists such as Robert Johnson and Betsy Smith paved the way for the genre, using soulful vocals and emotive guitar playing to express the hardships and joys of life. If you ever have the opportunity to take a look at Lady Sings the Blues, or the other one just escaped my mind. But
Also,
go ahead.
with Robert Johnson, Crossroads. Uh,
Crossroads. Yes.
Crossroads. It's an older movie. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite movies. Growing up. Now, it's some stories behind. I won't get into the weeds of it, but it's some stories about Mr. Johnson, and it's a kind of a, how can I say, a common knowledge, but it's not to say that is proven or anything, but that movie Crossroads kind of plays into that uh about Mr. Johnson, but I won't get into it. But the movie itself was very good. um I actually used to watch it with my father. But it was a very good movie, and it was a somewhat, I guess, somewhat of a representation of the Southern heritage of Mr. Johnson and his skill playing the guitar. Um, you know, but very good. Don't know much about Miss Smith. Haven't heard, or seen any movies that showed a representation of her. But just want to add that about Robert Johnson. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Next, we'll be talking about contributions of soul and R&B singers. So everyone knows artists like Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, and James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
We know that they played essential roles in the evolution of soul and rhythm and blues. They brought together the elements of gospel, blues, and jazz to create a rich and emotionally charged sound that became the foundation for future genres. And we know that Aretha Franklin was the queen of soul. James Brown was the godfather of soul,
Mm-hmm.
and Ray Charles was just Ray Charles. But we all are familiar, no matter how old we are familiar with their music. So let's take a look at social and cultural impact of Black musicians. These two figures, Nina Simone and Bob Marley, exemplify the transformative power of music as a force for social and cultural change. Through their art, they address pressing issues, advocated for justice, and empowered individuals, leaving an enduring legacy that goes beyond the confines of the music industry.
Yeah, Nina Simone was a strong activist, and as well as Bob Marley. Both were very, very strong, African activists. As a, I guess as a using their music to influence and speak about some of the transgressions of our people. Nina Simone was very
Very
strong with hers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's very, very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So, in conclusion, the contributions of Black musicians transcend musical realms, profoundly influencing social and cultural landscapes. Figures like Nina Simone and Bob Marley not only shape musical genres, but also leverage their art as a powerful medium for activism, addressing themes of civil rights, empowerment, and social change. Through their enduring legacies, these musicians have left an indelible mark, not only on the history of music, but also on the broader narrative of social justice and cultural representation. Their work serves as a testament to the transformative potential of music to inspire, challenge, and drive positive societal transformations. So that is the end of the PowerPoint.
I also wanted to add,
Thank you.
you said Lady Sings the Blues, and I believe that was Billie Holiday.
That was Billie Holiday.
And Billie
Absolutely.
Holiday had a song called Strange Fruit.
Yes.
The FBI did not want her to sing that song, to the point where they almost stalked her. If she sung that song, they would arrest her on the spot, because they did not want her to sing what was actually happening around the world. Well, a lot in the South, lynching.
Yeah.
The Strange Fruit was our own people hanging from the trees, and also paying homage to Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge, she couldn't even use the restroom at places that she sung at. She had to use a Dixie cup. And when she was singing at the moment, I believe if you saw the movie that Halle Berry had acted in, she wasn't even allowed to swim in pools. That's when it was pools were segregated, and they emptied out a pool, all because she stuck her toe into the pool. It was almost like, I'm sorry to say this, but they wanted the talent, but still didn't give us the respect. So it was very hard for the artists to flourish or kind of, even be, wow, it's so much to say about it. But as you can see the history, it was a lot that they went through. So I just wanted to point out Billie Holiday and Dorothy Dandridge in the mix as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for that addition.
welcome.
And I do want to let you know that because of the social restrictions that they had on Black musicians traveling from one space to the next space, where they were not respected at all, especially in the southern states.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to definitely play something. Thank you for reminding me, because I meant to cue up Billie Holiday, and to play this Strange Fruit, because a lot of times one of the ways that the Black slaves communicated with one another was through song.
Exactly right.
And so the white people and the slave owners really didn't understand what the songs meant, but Black people, they communicated with one another so that they would often use songs to say where the next post that they're going to. I know with Harriet Tubman, they actually sung these songs that would lead them to the next point of safety, so that they could get to freedom. So a lot of the strife and struggle and communication actually came through songs, and we get our basis up for gospel music
Mm-hmm.
from those slave anthems, the slave songs.
Mm-hmm.
And we still today use music as a way of communicating how we feel about social disease, or shall I say, not disease, dis-ease. And it's very important that we learn our roots and learn why we sing. One of the greatest songs that I can remember as a little girl was Marvin Gaye singing "What's Going On." And my uncles and everybody would play all of these different songs. And it took me a long time, well, actually in my adulting, to understand what a lot of these songs were saying. So I can remember when I was graduating, Wake Up was a song that everybody sung, Wake Up, and I just want to go ahead on and play some of these songs, so you could just get a little bit of an idea of what's going on. And I'm going to play the musical version, and pardon me because I don't have free YouTube. So we're gonna skip through some stuff.
Miss Zollicoffer, if she's singing, I can't hear her. I just see
Okay.
the words.
Okay, hold on. Thank you. Thank
It
you,
might
Miss-
be hard to find it, but it's up there. And also, I forgot Josephine Baker. Even
Yes.
though she was international, she paved the way also for African American artists, women.
Okay, let me see if I can find another rendition. I have the speakers up as loud as they can go.
While you look for that, could I come? Would you gonna say something, Mr. Hardy?
No, I was just thinking maybe the first video, but then that may be an issue too. So were you hearing it, Miss Zollicoffer?
I can hear it very well.
Okay, so it may be an issue of it actually reaching the mic or something. I don't know. But go ahead, Miss
Thank you for
Ms.
this
Jones?
for this particular Black History tribute. It is different, but it's a good reminder of the different Black people. And thank you, Miss Cooper, you got to put your new last name because I can't remember. I keep saying Cooper.
It's okay. I'll be forgetting to change it. It's okay.
When you reminded me of Dorothy Dandridge, I did see that movie, and that was an interesting thing that that they felt that the water was contaminated because
Right.
just one part of her body touched the water, and the children. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate the children were witnessing all of this as well. But a lot of things was coming to mind as Ms. Zolikoff was pulling up her PowerPoint. I saw Chuck, and I was thinking about Chuck Brown. I saw Chuck D. And Chuck Brown is the the father of go-go in the District of Columbia, where I'm from. And they actually have a street named after him. And one thing, a lot of things I like about Chuck Brown, but one of the things I liked about Chuck Brown was if he played any music, did any, events or whatever on a Saturday at 12 midnight, he would stop. He would not start. If he did something on a Sunday, he would not start. It was something about Sunday after 12, he wouldn't play. So he had some standards. But yeah, I was thinking about a lot of things. Recently, my sons had sent me a group called the Jubilairs. Jubalairs. I had never heard of them. I
Is
think
that the
it's
group that Jay-Z?
no, this is this is like 1940s group.
Okay.
And I was like, why? It was about, they were singing about Noah's Ark, but they have different songs that they sung. I was like, why did I never hear that, never heard of them, and never heard those songs before? But I was thinking about music and dance, because I'm a dancer, and how they danced back then during slavery. And they, the other folks want to make it seem like that they would dance because they were happy to be enslaved. That's not why it was dancing. They weren't happy to be enslaved. But one thing I know about us as Black people, that we will find joy even in our sorrows. We have a way of coming together and being happy amongst ourselves, or making lemonade out of the lemons that's been given to us. I mean, and even with Dorothy Dandridge, she was a fighter. She was looking at like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, why y'all getting out the water? I mean, she wasn't no punk. But I do, and I watched a lot of movies where, like you said, about the talent. They wanted the talent, but they had to go through the back door. Even if they were being honored for an award for their talent, they couldn't get on the elevator, go through the front door like everybody. They were all dressed up just like everybody else, but they had to go through a different entrance.
They
And
go
that
through the
just always,
kitchen.
that just amazed me, that I'm like, wow. And the music that they made, I can only imagine what they went through at that time when y'all was talking about these movies. I kind of wrote them down, Cadillac Records. I heard of it, but I'd never seen it before. I was thinking about the Temptation movie. I was thinking about the Five Heartbeats, and just different groups back then, and the social injustice that they had to go through, even though they were, they had this gift and this talent that they was given to the world, and just still was being mistreated. It's just, and even and I like too that they use their platform. That's what I want to say. Use their platform to sing and talk about that. Some of the artists today are being trying to ban this rap music. I don't know if y'all heard of it, but they trying to arrest with, that's a different story because they sing about killing people. But I'm just saying to say, even when NWA was out, the lyrics that they were saying to that song, even though it was disrespectful to the police, it was a message of how they were being treated by the police. So that was why they wanted to ban the music. And just a lot of, I won't go too far because I don't want to take away from Miss Zolikoff's power, her time, but it just really triggered a lot of emotions for me, and how even young artists today are still singing about some of the same stuff. And like those songs you said about Marvin Gaye, that stuff, what is going on? Stuff is still, all of it's still relevant to the day. That's just like kind of like amazing to me, how you could sing something years ago and it's still relevant to the day. But yeah, this is a really good
You sure that wasn't Sam Cooke?
the one that said what's going on.
That was Marvin Gaye.
That's
That was Marvin
Gaye.
Gaye.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam Cooke, my
But
guy.
yeah, Strange Fruit. That's one of my favorite songs.
But yeah, I agree with you. They wanted our talent, but they wanted to dehumanize us.
Absolutely.
They still wanted to humiliate us. And even though we showed talent, they still wanted to make us feel beneath them.
Exactly.
So yeah, go on stage and sing, but go through the back door. go on
Yes.
stage and sing, but pee in this Dixie cup.
Yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
sing certain songs.
Right. And then don't sing the truth.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you this, the very first time that I heard Strange Fruit was from, because I didn't know Billie Holiday back then, was from Diana Ross. And so I learned of what the Strange Fruit was from Diana Ross. So I think I got it cued properly where you might be able to hear it better, but just let me know.
Okay.
And I did get a mix
Hey,
up.
I'm Lori Buckett.
I thought of Sam
The
Cooke.
next model.
He did A Change Is Gonna Come.
A
Right.
change is gonna come,
That's
yes.
Sam Cooke.
And they had to actually beg him to do that song because he was doing other music, and they would not beg him, but pretty much was like, you got the platform, send the message out.
Yes, absolutely. So let me know if you can hear a lot better.
I commanded 800 troops in Iraq.
No, something is wrong. We can't hear it.
I can't
Hear it at all?
hear it, but it's not
Slow. It's
clear.
It's
slow.
not coming in right.
Yeah, every other word. They probably banned her.
That's what I say. It's probably hard to
I
find
mean,
that song.
if you go online and try to find anything on Farrakhan or Malcolm X, you're not gonna get it.
You got to dig. You got to go through certain
Yes, you can get
websites.
everything else, but you can't. And I'm like, wow, they're still trying to block.
Well,
They're still blocking.
Okay.
The
So what-
FBI banned that song. So
Absolutely.
it's
yes.
probably hard to.
Yeah, they got 2016 the year on there too.
Well, I'm sure you can hear it. Miss Zolkov, you can hear it, right?
I can hear it fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can look
Okay.
at the words.
Yeah. And just
Okay.
for whoever watches this, go search. Okay, yeah, I can hear a little better now.
Let all the leaves and let that love black bodies swinging in the sky. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree.
That's still hard to listen to.
We're not getting the essence of that song right now.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think I should stop it?
Yeah. I think that's enough. I think
It is
and-
definitely
and-
hard to deal with.
yes. That's that part, and then and also you're not getting a full, but at least whoever watches this will, it will prompt them to go search for it.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And it is a little, it's tough to, especially, reading these lyrics. Like that's a tough subject for us, and but that's a real song, and that, all of that's real. And you know, so I wanted to kind of shift it a little bit, just to kind of add a personal twist to it. As far as, like we mentioned, James Brown, one of my good college buddies, father played the drums, and he actually played sometimes with James Brown, which was interesting. And one night I was listening for samples because I'm into music as well. And this was probably about maybe 3 years ago. And so he was named after his father. His name was Jimmy. And he's actually from Weldon. And but I didn't meet him until we went to Central. And so I was listening to this song from James Brown one night, and I heard him say, something about the drummer or something James Brown did. And he said, well, he said, what's your name? He said, Jimmy. And then he said, where you from? He said, North Carolina, Rocky Mount, like that. And I was like, huh? And so, and I rewind and then I actually cut that and sent it to him. His father had not long passed, and he was grateful for it. I didn't realize that his father, I knew his father played the drums, but I didn't realize he played for James Brown. That was one thing. The other thing is Roberta Flack. She's a historical singer, and she's from Black Mountain, North Carolina. And she's actually kin to my wife's people. So that's just like I say, a personal touch to some of this history. And it's a whole lot of history that is close and out of Halifax County that we don't, people don't talk about or we don't know. So sometimes you have to just like you said, Miss Jones, about Chuck Brown. Yeah. A lot of my people left here and went up there. And I know people who said they used Chuck Brown, used to come around, they used to ride around his limo and do other stuff, you know what I mean? So, but you wouldn't know it, unless you were from here and knew the people, So.
And I think Chuck Brown died last year before last, or something like that.
Years ago, yeah.
And his services, his hometown was Gaston.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, because so many of us left here seeking, to get out of the fields. I'm just telling you, my mom had 10 siblings, it was 10 of them. She was the baby. She was the only one that stayed. You see what I'm saying? So everybody else went up north. And that was to, DC, Maryland. That was the area.
That's right.
I had one aunt to live in Boston, and I had two aunts to live in Jersey. So, but everybody left here because better opportunity.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. You said Chuck Brown was from Gaston, North Carolina.
Gaston, Harrisburg.
Really, I didn't know that because I went to Rocky Mount to a line dance event, and they was playing Chuck. I said, what they know about go-go?
That's right.
We just swear go-go from DC. You can't tell nobody from DC that go-go is not from DC.
That's right. Everybody think he's a DC guy, but no.
Yeah, we didn't know that. I didn't know he was born in North Carolina.
Yep, from North Carolina, Gaston.
Wow.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead on and play a piece of Rollover Beethoven, and a short piece of Johnny B. Good. Come on, play.
You play Maybelline.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, Maybelline. You want to hear?
Yeah,
Maybelline.
Yeah, that was a popular song.
Yes, it was.
That was the first hit.
No Maybelline.
All righty, come on, play. What am I doing?
I'm telling y'all age.
And it's a way, I'm sorry, you know what it is too? It's a way we can hit these settings to make it, you wouldn't have to go through the speakers. It's in the settings. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Because that's not going to do it. Let me see.
Now, while he's looking for that, when Miss Jones had mentioned the movie Temptations and Five Heartbeats, remember when the movie where they talked about how we will come up with songs and then they will take our song and remake it?
Yes.
That's a lot of that.
When they came out with the CD cover or the record cover, it was not us on the cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
when
sad.
They found out that the white men found out that their white daughters was listening to these black men, they got changed the cover. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, is that too loud?
We can't hear it.
We can't even hear it.
You can hear it's blasting in here. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a way we can it's in the settings.
Ms. Zola Carper, what about the little mic at the bottom where the timer is at? Is that all the way up? You see where the timer is at on the left?
Let's take
well, she has to turn the speakers off and make it come straight through the device.
Right, it's the audio setting. I'm trying to get to.
What
hold on a second.
Mr. Cardi is doing now.
Am I in the right space?
See, right, if you get right here by the timer, look and see that little mic right there where the play button is at. See if that's all the way turned up.
Well, here, it's at 100.
No, on the actual yeah, on the actual YouTube page.
Oh, okay,
If you
hold
go
on.
to the left at the bottom
Huh?
where the play button is at, it's a little mic right. Is that yeah, that's all the way turned up.
It
I
is.
think it's the quality, it's not really the sound, it's the quality of the sound is what distorted.
I think it's where she's located
Could
at.
be.
It's
Yeah,
going through the speaker.
it could be.
Maybe if one of us plays it.
Yeah, try it, Miss Porch. Try it. I'm gonna stop share.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a setting when we play music. It's in audio settings and
And the
everybody
setting.
but it's actually where the music comes directly to instead of like playing out in and then kind of trying to capture it back in.
Am I in the right area?
Hmm?
Am I in the right area?
I don't see anything. I see the room. I see like
Oh, that's egg burning. I stopped sharing. That's what it is.
mhm.
Mr. Hardy, do y'all know that I'm getting my accounting certificate in May?
I
Did
did.
I
Who said
did.
that? Miss Cooper knew.
I did. I have you highlighted.
Wait.
I do. Okay. So,
Yeah, Ms. Zalikoff, I know you know.
all right. So, am I in the right area, Mr. Hardy?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and it's a I was looking for it. I hadn't done it in a while, but it's
Okay. But I can tell you this, it any louder and they kick me out the building.
no, it's not like that. It plays basically like, you know, directly through, you know, it's not coming through the speakers per se. Not to say it wouldn't be coming through speakers, but that's not where we'll be hearing it from. We'll be hearing it just like you
From the
and
computer audio.
right,
Computer audio.
right.
Okay.
Oh, should she go through the settings right here by her face?
Let me see. Stop sharing. Let me see if I can share and it can play.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm Lori Buckow, candidate for First District U.S. Congress. I commanded 800 troops in Iraq.
We can hear it a little bit.
I can hear it, but it's really low.
It's low, yeah. You know, they said a lot of
You said what?
you know they said the word is in which I know he took from a lot of our people, but Elvis took a lot from him.
Yeah, I was going to say that. They said
Mhm.
Elvis
Yeah,
took
because
his whole entire
I didn't know he sung Johnny Be Good. I thought it was a white guy.
Yeah, that was his he was a rock and roll. That's why have you seen Cadillac Music? I
She
mean
said she didn't see it.
No, I got that written down.
Cadillac
That's going to
Records.
be in
Yeah.
the Crossroad. That's my movie I want to watch.
You haven't seen
I
Crossroads?
haven't even heard of Crossroads. I heard of
That's an
Cadillac
old
Records.
movie. My daddy put me on that movie. I'm gonna tell you, both of those are good movies, but Cadillac Records, they give you a good kind of a, you know, sneak peek into how he was and what some of the struggles, because being that he did rock and roll, you know, a lot of times he got booked, they didn't even know he was black. And so
Right.
when he
That's
showed
what I'm
up,
saying.
yeah, when he showed
Let him
up,
sing.
they wouldn't let him play.
Oh, wow.
You know, so you know, that's there's some of the dynamics.
Did you watch have y'all seen what is his name? Oh gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. He was a gay musician. His father didn't like the fact he was gay. He used to sing in the
Richard
choir.
Pryor. I'm not Richard Pryor. Little Richie.
Little Richard.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen that movie? Now that is a
Yeah, I
good movie.
saw that. Very emotional.
Yes.
I didn't see Little Richard yet.
Yes.
Very, it goes from the beginning of his life.
No, I hadn't seen that, but I saw that. I saw like his little representation in the James Brown movie. That was good.
Very good very good movie about his life.
Yeah.
Very, Leon plays him.
Right,
Oh yeah,
Leon,
Leon.
awesome,
Okay.
awesome actor, awesome actor.
Really is.
Actually was in the I believe it was him. Leon from Five Heartbeats. That's what you mean?
Yes,
Yeah, he was David Ruffin.
Yeah.
right.
I saw him at Maryland and Landover. They had one time they had a BT sound stage. I don't know if Miss Porch knew about that or but that was a long time ago. That was after.
I don't go to Landover. That's but I know what you're
No,
talking
me
about.
either.
Yeah. That was back in the day. I had some family up there. And that was that Landover Mall was still there, Miss Jones.
Oh wow.
So that was a long time
That
ago.
was in the 80s.
Yeah, something like
I used to live over there. I lived over there for 1 year, ran back to DC.
To make you run
Ran back
somewhere,
to
you don't know.
DC.
Yeah, you don't know the right folks. You're right. But yeah. So he was in there.
Well, I moved back, ran back to DC because you had to catch a bus in the subway. I'm used to, I mean, it was hardly no buses. I mean, couldn't walk anywhere.
Oh yeah, true.
I wasn't, I was a city girl, and living in Atlanta was like living in the South.
Oh yeah, to you, yeah.
Yeah, to me,
Yeah. But let's see. I mean, so this was good. Miss
Want me to try to play any other music at all? Or,
well, I think due to the quality, I don't think. I mean,
yeah, because
I think.
y'all are loud in here. I ain't joking. It's loud in here.
it was loud. It was low with my headset, and then it's loud now. So I don't know if it's the sound or what, because y'all were really low when I had my headphones. I used to have my headphones when I do the Zoom, but I had to take them off because I could hardly hear you. I got schoolwork to do.
Okay,
Well,
all
we
right.
thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this. I think this is gonna be good to add other staff. They did the calendar, did a great job. Thank Miss Sledge. Of course, her last day was yesterday, but thank her for her work
Miss Sledge ain't tell me she was leaving.
with the PowerPoint. And so yeah, this was good. It's cultural. It felt good. It didn't have to be like a required service and things we always do. I think it was a good mix up for for the program.
Yeah, I learned something.
Yeah, still learn something. That's right. I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. All right, thank you, Miss
Well, thank y'all.
Miss Cooper. I mean, so I'm looking at Miss Cooper. Okay,
It's
Miss Cooper.
fine. It's my name.
Thank you all for the presentation, and with that, we will log off.
All right, thank you, Miss Zola Carr, Mr. Hardy, Miss Mrs. What's your last name again?
Porch.
Mrs. Porch.
Yes.
Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
You're welcome. I'm about to send you the survey.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone.
All right.
I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
Bye.